What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, we're going to be checking out a game that's it's not quite ready for, I don't think it's quite ready to be showed off just yet. But it's one of those games that, like, weirdly enough, my first impressions of it were not crazy good. But at the same time, I ended up playing it quite a bit more than I thought I was going to play it. And so I figured I'd show it off just a little bit, considering for some reason it seduced me. But keep in mind, this game is very, very rough around the edges. Watch some gameplay videos, watch this video, watch somebody else's video. I think Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon right now has a series going on in this game before you purchase, because this game is definitely not for everybody. Delivery from the Pain. It's a survival zombie crafting game where you're in a city and you've got to work your way to a beacon while at the same time maintaining a base and building stuff up. And if you're a fan of things like Project Zomboid and stuff like that, this one's like Project Zomboid but rougher around the edges, but at the same time, like, it makes progress. Whereas with Zomboid, I've kind of felt like updates don't come out very often for that game. And so anyways, let's check it on out. This game is from a different country, so there are translational issues right now that have not been worked through just yet. I'll do my best to steer you through. I've played a bit, so I have a rough idea what I'm doing for the most part, and I've worked my way around the translational issues just to kind of ignore them and keep on pursuing, like, beating the game and stuff like that. But nonetheless, warnings aside, now that that's done, let's have some zombie fun, shall we? New game! Let's do this thing. So we get to pick a character right here at the beginning. We can be Freeman Mason, who was a police officer, nationality from the United States. He's 38 years old, he was a police officer, and he's experienced in battle. A well-balanced overall ability with no exceptional strength or weaknesses. On Doomsday, those who can adjust their strategy in a time can live longer. We also have Samantha Aaron, was a lawyer with excellent eloquence and charming, but not quite as well in a fighting regard. Consumption of food is lower, but she needs to be able to sleep, otherwise she gets a little bit messed up. I'm experienced with Freeman Mason, so that's what we're going to go with. This game can be very, very unforgiving, and when you die, it's over. That's it. This game has permadeath, so keep that in mind that every run in this game is kind of an Iron Man run. You can't load by chapters and start from different progress points if you want, but if you die, you go back to your last progress point or whatever. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to play on normal. There we go. I find it's always best when you're doing impressions videos like these to play on the normal difficulty so everybody knows what to expect when they jump in for the first time. How long has it been? I can't remember how long I've lived on Doomsday. I'm a survivor, but I don't know how long my luck is going to last. What can I do? Have zombies taken this place as well? Well, I'm unarmed. Where can I go? So here we are. We're inside of our first level. This game doesn't have, like, levels. It has, like, locations, but you get what I mean. So we're sneaking around right now. It took me a while to get used to the movement in this game because you can do it like Diablo where you, like, click around and you do what you want to do. The graphics are obviously not the best thing you've ever seen, and there are little issues, and I'll try to point those out along the way as we play. But for right now, well, there's so many zombies here, I'm not going to be able to confront them. I guess I'll have to sneak out when they're not looking. And they do. They have little cones of vision that you kind of want to sneak around. The game will alternate between running and sprinting and moving slowly depending on when zombies are around. And so that's oftentimes like your first indicator as to danger being in the area. I don't know if I can sneak around this dude. I cannot sneak around this dude. I made a mistake. Oh, he's got me pegged. He's got me pegged. Uh-oh. Zombo knows where we're at. That's not a good sign. This could become a problem. Oh, they know that I'm over here. Well, you guys do your thing over on this side. Yeah, you guys go ahead. Get aggroed. That's right. Everybody come with me. That's right. Everybody come around. Be careful that you don't get stuck in any corners or anything, though. They will try to attack you. I'm trying to get all of them rounded up, though. There we go. And once I've got them all in close proximity here, we took a little bit of damage on that side, but that's fine. We're going to... I can't go that way. Never mind. We're not going to do that. Let's sneak around. They are going to actively look for us in the last location that they saw us. So, it's usually a pretty good idea to find a corner and ditch them if you can, or you can round them all up. We've got ourselves a searchable location right here, so let's go ahead and have a look at that and see if there's going to be anything useful inside. It's going to take a second to get it done, but there might be some goodies in here that we want. So we've got a knife, We've got some plywood for our bone injuries, and we've got some bandages for flesh trauma and bone injuries in battle. We'll go ahead and grab those. Don't know exactly what I can do with the band-aids right now. We took a little bit of damage, but I think we're okay. We can also take this and we can equip it as weapon number 1 right there. That'll put a blade in our hand for right now. This guy's turned around, so we're going to have to take his ass out. He is directly in our way. Zombie hasn't noticed me yet, but it's just a matter of time. In this case, I'm going to give it a heavy punch from behind. Give it no chance to counterattack. Oh, trust me, it's going to try. There's a nice little stab. We'll drop that dude and get him up and out of the way, and we are free and clear to get moving. Let's sneak around this edge over here. We're going to take a look around. I'm going to try and keep myself away from any potential confrontation, just because enemies are dangerous in this game. They can stun lock you. The hit punch in this game, when you get struck, and the animation can actually lock you down and get you killed, which is a big problem. Dude, that girl's got some giant mitts on her. Man, the hands on that girl right there. She got a little bit of a problem going on. I'm going to wait around this corner. I'm going to get her when she goes back inside. Here we go. All right, we got her. We're going to get her. We've got this covered. I'm going to take her out, and I'm going to take all her loots. Yup, down she goes. Nice little kidney stab right there. What a zombie needs with a kidney? I don't really know. But that's where I stab them, and they seem to go down. A lot of people say aim for the head, but the kidneys seem to work just as well. We got a backpack, or a baseball bat right there. I know the difference between a baseball bat and a backpack. I'm going to go ahead and swap that on out. We can rotate our weapons with the X key like so if we really, really want to. What we can also do is we can whip out our backpack. And I actually really like this, how it makes you stationary, and you can't move when you're going through your backpack. I kind of like that. That's the weird thing about this game is there's a lot of stuff that I don't like about it, but there's also a lot of stuff that I do like about it. And so it's like one of those odd games that I found that I just like kept playing. Like I couldn't stop playing for some reason. That zombie's down. We've assassinated him. All of our weapons have a durability. You can see that down in the bottom right corner. Later on, there will be nastier zombies around. They're going to put up much more of a fight. But for right now, most of these guys are just going to be goobers. They're going to go down pretty quickly. There's nothing to loot inside of there. Might be some inside of here that we want to get after, though. So we'll check this place real fast. Come on. Let's loot it on up. Let's see what we got here. We have a chaqueta. We got ourselves a jacket right there. I will take that. We've got ourselves an iron chest. I think what they mean by that is like an iron container, an iron bin, something like that. Definitely seems like a translational thing. We'll go ahead and whip off our backpack. This is actually just salvage materials. It's called decompose in this, but it's salvaging. You go through and you can scrap it for parts, and so now we've got some cloth, and we've got ourselves some iron for crafting things a little bit later on in the game. Not right now. So this game is split up between like phases. You have like in your base phase where there's like a clock you have to watch and make sure that you're scavenging during the day and like crafting and sleeping at night. And then alternatively, there's also adventure areas where you're not going to be able to craft on the fly. You got to get back home and get to your workbench before that's going to work. I'm going to take this lady out. This lady's going to get got. I've got a real addiction to killing zombies, and only stabbings will satisfy. That zombie's down. We got a number of salvageable locations we can look at right now. Let's go ahead and check this bin right here to see if it's got anything good for us. Don't get trapped in this corner. This is where my first game ended when I was first playing through. If you aggro zombies and you don't really like look around, you can get into some trouble. We got some fabric and we've got some copper wire right there. That's probably going to be used for electrical work, but no harm, no foul. You can see right there how he shifts in between like running and sneaking when there's zombies around. And so like I was wondering when I first started playing, I was like, why does he alternate between running and walking all the time? Because sometimes there wouldn't be like any enemies around or anything like that. That's what it is. If the enemies are within like a one-room proximity of you, he goes into sneaky mode so you can run around and get some stuff done. Over here, we are going to have to throw some of this salvageable stuff up in this area. But we do have a wood carving right here, which we can actually break down to make wood. And then we've got another bin, and we've got a jacket right there. Let's whip our backpack out. I want to make use of as much of this stuff as I can. We don't have any room right there. Unfortunate. Let's go ahead and drink the soda real fast. Raised our mood. Made us a little bit happier. It'll do for right now. A little bit of wood right there, a little bit of cloth, and a little bit more iron to play around with. Let's break this guy open. It'll go faster once you've done it before, and we'll pick all that stuff up. We want to take this back to the base and make sure we get everything, because having some starting materials at the beginning of the game to craft things that you want is actually a pretty good idea, so that you don't end up with a lack of facilities. This guy right here, he's taking damage, but I think we're just going to... we took some hits right there. It's okay. It's all right. We got him. The knockback on this weapon is not super good, so you can't stun lock with it. But with the baseball bat, when you hit him, it stuns him each time so that you can basically just stun lock him to death at the cost of the durability of your weapon. So something to keep in mind there as well. We got nothing inside of that container or that locker or whatever the hell that is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. We've also got this big room right here, so we'll check this out and see what we get going on. Come on. What you got for me? I know you got something sexy. We got a little bit of that right there. We got a little bit of wood, and we got some dirter chips. Dirter chips might help out. I'm going to eat those right now to keep my mood nice and high. then we'll throw that in that area. We're sitting in white mood right now, which is very, very good. You do want to be careful about these various meters and things that you've got going on. When they get down to the bottom, your character will commit suicide. He'll starve to death. He'll die of exhaustion. After all that, the resources are done in this area. I got to get out of this zone. How long will I make it? Time. Oh, shit. What time is it now? I got to get back to the shelter before 6 while there's still daylight, or those fierce zombies are going to tear me apart. So at night, asshole zombies come out, and they are quite a bit worse to deal with than the normal zombies, so keep that in mind as well. It's very, very easy to get yourself into trouble if you dither for too long and you try to scavenge a little bit too much. I am going to have a look around, because actually the last time I played this, I didn't loot this area. I actually just made a straight beeline for the zone because I was worried about dying. And so we've got some extra splints right there and some extra band-aids. Yep, I will take them. It does seem like you regenerate within like a certain quotient. I don't really know how to describe it. Like when your health gets down to a certain level, you got to treat yourself with drugs or whatever. But oh, this was a mistake. That was a mistake. I got greedy and now I'm going to get punished for it. It happens though, man. It's the apocalypse. You got to get all the survival tools you can if you want to make it. I'm going to get this lady over here too. We got time to play around with. There's nothing too much to worry about. Now that she's out of the way, we'll go ahead and grab this stuff. What's inside of this little crate we got going on? We've got alcohol. It'll improve your mood, or we can disinfect wounds and some other stuff with it. I will pick that real fast. We'll take as much of that as we can get. I'm not going to worry too much about the plywood, I don't think. Instead, I'm going to take the alcohol, because it seems like your character's mood is constantly terrible. I can empathize with that if your mood is, I mean, if you've seen everybody you know die all around you and you're living alone and you got nobody with you and you're just by yourself, I can see that being a problem. We're going to eat these noodles right now just to get our hunger back up. And as long as our meters are slightly empty, the game's not going to pull any, like, tutorial shenanigans on us and reset our health or anything like that, so long as, you know, we don't do anything too dumb. We've got an exit zone right there, and then we've got one more lootable spot down this way. I'm going to try and take this dude, but no guarantees. Well, there it is. Yeah, I took a little bit of a hit right there, but that's okay. It's actually, every time you take damage, you lose mood too. Huh, I never noticed that before. Yeah, that hurt just went down on its own. Maybe my mood goes down from murder. Maybe it goes down from muck duck. You can never tell. That's a fizzy drink. We'll go ahead and drink that real fast. That's going to wake us up a little bit, and it's going to increase our mood. And then there it is. We've made it to the exit. We are the hell up and out of here. Tomorrow I'll have to try my luck a little bit further away. I don't know if there's still hope for me, though. So, welcome to our base camp. It's 6 o'clock at night right now. We can do basically whatever we want to do, but at the moment it's only really unlocked one activity for us. And so I guess we can't do whatever we want to do. We're going to rescue. Hurry. Contact us. Hello? Hello? Is it a survivor? Oh, terrific. We're the survivor rescuers. That's the most on-the-nose name ever. The survivor rescuers. What do? They rescue survivors. Are you coming to save me? Please, I just need... Calm down. Your city is severely affected. We're short of hands and you're going to have to save yourself. What am I going to do? I'll give you a coordinate. We had an aid point at that location. If you can make your way there, we can take you to the safe zone. I'm really far away from there. We can't make your way out. Signal is poor. Keep the faith. Live on. Well, there it is. And now we got to work our way across the city while scavenging and surviving and all that kind of stuff. Hello? Oh, the voice is gone. Is it a dream? Oh, it's not. I want to live. I need to get out of here. I'd better have a good night's sleep to get my vitality back. Weariness is going to affect my mood. Okay, well, let's sleep it on out right now. God, that bed looks really uncomfortable. Tomorrow I'm going to need to find out a way to escape. I've got hope, though. Alright, so we're up. It is 2 in the morning right now, I think. I'm not super positive on that front, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 in the morning. It can be kind of hard to tell sometimes. Let's go ahead and we'll jump into storage, and we need to store up all of our loot. And so I'm going to quick add everything over here that we're not using right now. Our knife is probably not going to be that useful to us, so I'll throw that in there too. We'll just run the baseball bat for a little bit. It's not our best item, but it will be something that's going to help. So as you can see, we've got a stockpile of basic food that's going to get us a little ways into the game. It's not going to help out too much, but it's something to get started. Over here we can craft, and so right now everything's going to be locked. We can make pistols, we can make submachine guns, double-barrel shotguns, rifles, anything you might want over on this side we can go ahead and we can make. Further on down, we got the ammunition for each of these items. We've got the grocery area, which is more like the goods area, I suppose, where you've got backpacks, you've got bandages, you've got yourself traps that you can catch animals with. You've got lockpicks and things like that so that you can get into locked loot. We've got facilities. These are flat-out upgrades to our base, like upgrading the bed, creating new crafting areas, adding new electrical sources to our base, cooking facilities, stuff like that. And then, of course, we've got building, where we can build walls and barricades from when we get attacked. We can build ourselves a greenhouse. There's a carport where we can get a vehicle to make things a little bit cleaner. But right now, you might notice that it says unachieved. That's because these are locked, and we haven't actually unlocked them yet. If we go to the research bench, we can actually take a look at these things right here, and we can figure out how we can get access to them. And so if you look at any of the things that you want to get yourself manufactured, you can actually go through, and it'll tell you what things you need in order to get these done so that you can learn them. And so, for example, if we want to do a baseball bat, we need basic manufacturing. So we would go over here to basic manufacturing, and we would study for 60 minutes. And there it is. And so now we are going to have a rudimentary knowledge of basic manufacturing, which means that I can now study to create the baseball bat. I personally am not a huge fan of that system. I feel like you shouldn't have to study for both the bat and for the manufacturing. I think that when you study the manufacturing, the object should just be unlocked. It's kind of insult to injury, I guess, but it is a thing that you do have to do in this game, and I guess from certain logical standpoints, it makes sense. I could see it being argued either way. You want to make a big cudgel out of wood, you got to know specifically how to do it, I suppose. Other things we may want to have a look at. I don't know really what I want. We need intermediate sewing in order to make this guy right here and upgrade our inventory space, which would be good for scavenging. We need to get culinary skills right now if we wanted to make rye bread and stuff like that. We can also get superficial chemistry. We can get a stereo, and so we can experience music, and we can be a little bit happier if we wanted to do that. A lot of this stuff over here, though, is going to be pretty hard to do, and so we can shorten our study time by making a reading desk. We already have one, but we need precision manufacturing and intermediate sewing too. So we've got low-grade metal tech over here. We've got sewing. Got a few things around. I don't know what facilities I would want to make first, but anything that actually makes us a little bit happier, I think, is a good idea. That'll make our recovery a little bit better. We already got the radio station, so that's good. We need a generator in order to make that, and then we need level 3 manufacturing station, which is probably like right there. We need intermediate metal tech too. Basically, there's a big web, and this is where I started to get like really addicted to the game, and I was like, well, I want to unlock one more thing though. This is when I kept playing. This is when I hit the wall, and I was like, yo, though, I kind of want to play. I want to do play stuff. And so anyways, we can have a look around. I mean, we could do sewing one. I think that's a good idea. It's a nice place to start. So we'll get going right there. Pow. There it is. We've got sewing 1. Manufacturing 2. Take a little bit longer. But it goes all the way up, and so it really kind of depends what you want to focus on. I think that maybe we need a brazier in order to make that. I think we can make the brazier through facilities right here. We've got basic manufacturing, so let's study how to make the brazier. We'll try to get one of those made. This is going to be our first cooking facility right here. And so we've actually got the brazier all nice and done. What we can do now is we can go over to the crafting bench, and you can see right here it's been added to our crafting list. The only thing that we can craft as of right now, but it takes 5 wire and 6 iron. So let's go ahead and get that thing done. The 6 iron, a fantastic iron for golfing. So as you can see, we now have a brazier in the middle of our base that we can use to make ourselves a little bit more comfortable. When you stand near the fire, you get mood back. It costs you wood, though, to run the fire, so keep that in mind. We got about 30 minutes left. I would say to dump that time into just about anything we can do here. We've actually got a wooden bed that we can make on this side, which might not be a terrible plan. But that's going to take us up past 6 o'clock, which is when we need to start going out. So it's officially daytime right now. So 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is when you're going to be able to run around and do your thing. I don't know exactly. I think it goes all the way around the clock, I think. And so this is our valuable time right now that it wants us to play around with. What did I just make for myself? I don't know what I just studied. What did I just study? I don't know. We studied something. We studied something and we did something. We got a baseball bat with us. I think that'll work for right now. Now we've got a cigarette over here that we can raise our mood with if we really need to. But I think it's time for us to go out and have some adventures, shall we? Let's see what we can find out here on the road. I have no idea how dangerous or crazy this is going to be, but we'll give it our best shot. So we got 2 places we can check out. It's going to take us 30 minutes to get there. It's going to take us a little bit of time to do our thing. Let's get out here and see what we can find. Alright, so we're exploring this location right now. It does go all the way around the horn when we're trying to do this stuff. And we found a house. Hopefully this place isn't too dangerous, but we'll take it nice and slow if we need to. Let me get my baseball bat out in case I need to defend myself. Got a muscle car over here. It's not looking quite as brawny as I think it might have looked 20 years ago, but it'll have to do. We got a Zed over there. I don't know what her patrol plan is, but I figure we'll give her a whapping. That's what I'm talking about. Get her. Alright, so she's down. That's going to give us access to our first loot location. Let's have a look and see what we find. Come on, cupboard goodies. We got a toy truck that'll give us some plastic, and we got some rubber. I'm going to take it all. Grab everything. We got a stairway that's going up right there. Let's have a little bit of a better look around, though. I don't see anything lootable on that side, but they do have a cabinet in their backyard because apparently they are fans. I don't know if that zombie's going to turn around. Oh, well. Let's give her the boots. There it is. She's down. Cool. Zombie's taken care of. Let's go ahead and check this cupboard that's strangely placed outside. I don't know anybody that puts like an armoire outside their house, but I guess I learned today. We got a leather jacket right there. We've got some rubber. We've got a superhero comic that'll make us feel a little bit better. I'm going to pick it all up. Now, in the interest of making myself feel better, I might read it right now. There we go. Mood is way better. Oh, really? So it's not suitable for repeated reading. Gotcha. Let's go ahead and tear that up for some leather. We'll tear that up for the base plastic, and I don't think I can tear up the rubber any further. But I assume having rubber is going to be really, really useful later on for manufacturing. It's one of those things you kind of have to make a lot of objects. It's good for making seals, good for making things work. And we got some old nastiness over there, but let's head up the stairs and see what we got to find right now. Oh, we got a Zed right there. I'm just going to take her. Yup. Don't really have a whole lot of choice, unfortunately. So as you can see, the baseball bat gives you kind of a stun effect that the knife doesn't have. But like I said, it's a rough game, man. You can tell from the animations and what's going in that it's a very, very roughly assembled game as of right now. With some polish, though, the thing is, I think it could be a really, really good game. It needs that polish, you know what I mean? Like, it's at that point where it needs the polish. Let's go ahead and open up our backpack. I'm going to go ahead and get our inventory whittled down for right now. We'll go ahead and tear that shit up. A little bit more leather, looking good. Alright, let's get moving. But yeah, like, it's one of those weird games where, like, you know it's not inherently, like, a really, really good, well-polished game. But for some reason, I couldn't get myself to stop playing it, so I figured I would show it to you guys. I don't know. We got some wooden decorations right there, which we can salvage for wood, which is great. Wood is always a useful resource. Yo, you want to go into, yeah, go into auto mode right now. I don't see anything in there that's worth investigating, but there might be. Luckily, her ass didn't turn around when I started beating on her, so yeah, it looks like we're about done right here. I don't see anything inside. I think we've grabbed just about everything there is to grab, in all honesty. Let's bail on out. If we can get multiple explorations done today, I would not be against it. Our tiredness is kind of like meh. I would like our tiredness to be better, but we started researching the new bedroom, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'll probably head back home once we get the clock over to, like, right here, so I still have a little bit of time to play around with as far as... Come on, what do we find? Found a Smith Hospital. Let's go back to the shelter. I gotta drop off my loot. I actually forgot that we got a full backpack right now. We'll take that thing on back to base, and we'll get inside, and we'll drop this stuff off. I don't know if it auto-drops the stuff off for crafting. I'd like it if it did. That'd be really, really fantastic, but I have my doubts. I bet that it don't. So there it is. Quick add everything in there. I don't think we need too much more. Our baseball bat's about to break, so it's probably in our best interest to keep fighting to a minimum for right now. Did I ever finish that for the bed, or was that like something that we just never got done with? So for our facilities... Oh, we already did it. Okay. So if I wanted to manufacture the bed, how hard is that going to be? So the wooden bed's going to take us 45 minutes. It takes some fabric and some wood, but it does look a little bit more comfortable than what we got going on right now. So there it is. We've got ourselves an upgraded bed all ready to go, but we are out of time for the day. This game is called Delivery from the Pain. My name is Splattercat. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I may do another one just to follow up on it, because like the controls and the general assemblage of the game is wonky, but it is fun to play. Like, I'm having a good time with it, and usually that's the only criteria for a game to get onto my channel. And so anyways, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing, everybody? If you like this video, hit that like button for a little bit more zombie survival, and I'll see if I can cook up another episode. Alright, if you wanted to get the game, it's $7. It's down below on Steam. But like I said, watch some more gameplay videos. Get a better feel for it, because this is one of those games that some people are just going to absolutely loathe, and other people are going to be able to, like, feel out its shortcomings and still kind of see the creamy goodness inside. How you doing? I'll see you next time.